Welcome back, Muse Makers. Today we're going to be doing a fun, easy tutorial on painting an owl. My paint colors today, I have white, black, blue, brown, and yellow. I also have some mixing plates to mix up all my colors, some paper towels, a can of water, and I'm going to be working with a couple of different brushes today. My first brush is flat and kind of round at the end. My second brush is flat as well, but more squared at the end. And my third brush is pointy and round for all the fine details. Now the first thing we want to do is mark out the basic shape for our owl with our background color. So I'm going to be grabbing my small round pointy brush, and actually not the background color, we're going to just go with straight brown. From this top left corner and top right corner, we're going to put 2 dots. This is where the ears are going to be for our owl. We're going to connect those 2 dots with a line that sort of dips down in the middle, sort of like a smiley face. Then on either side, we're going to draw a curved line out and around, almost like a backwards S shape on the left and an S shape on the right. From there, we're then just going to draw a line out to the side to complete the body of our owl. Now we want to draw in the other shapes inside of our owl as well. First, we're going to be starting with the beak. So somewhere in the center of the face, we're going to draw a little line across, about 1 to 2 inches, and then draw 2 lines curved down to a point at the bottom, almost like an ice cream cone. Next, we want to divide some of the facial features. So I'm drawing 2 little lines out from both sides of the beak, and then drawing curved lines down and out towards the bottom left and right edges. This is going to define the middle of the owl as well as the wings. Then we're also going to be drawing a smaller circle on each side of the face for the eyes of our owl. Once we're done marking out all the facial features for our owl, we're going to grab our medium brush that is flat and kind of squared off at the edge, and we're going to be mixing together the basic color for our owl, which is a little bit of white and a big scoop of our brown, something a little bit lighter than what we used to etch it out. Now we're going to take this color and we are going to be filling in everything from the wings to around the outside of the eyeballs, this section right here with this color. Once we're done with that step, we're going to get a clean brush and we're going to be mixing up an even lighter color, grabbing a scoop of white and then a little bit of yellow and a touch of that brown that we mixed up added to it. From there, this color is going to be used to fill in the eyes for our owl. Next, we're going to get a clean brush and we're going to be adding some white to the center of our owl. This is painted in white just so we don't have any bare canvas. Next, we're going to be switching to our small pointy brush to mix up a little bit of white and a little bit of yellow, so we have a nice lighter yellow mixed together. And this is going to be the color for our beak. With this yellow, once we're done filling in the beak, we're also going to be adding 2 smaller circles within the center of each of the eyes. Next, we're going to take back out our squared flat brush and mix up our background color. For this, I'm going to be grabbing a nice big scoop or 2 of this blue that I have and a little bit of black mixed in together so we have more of a darker midnight blue. Once you're done mixing up your color, you can go ahead and trace the outside of your owl first and then fill in your whole background. Once your background is done, we're going to be switching to our flat brush. It's round at the edge, and we're going to be adding some texture to the wings. So I'm going to mix up some more of that light yellow color in case you don't have enough. And we're simply just going to be doing little tick marks or little dabs of this color with just the edge of our paintbrush in little rows. So starting where around the neck is, I can fit about 4 of these. You may be able to fit more or less. And as you work down the wings, you may add more or less depending on how wide your section is. As you can see here, adding another little row. They're pretty close to each other, and we're just gonna do this all the way down. Now I'm going to switch to my pointy brush. Using the same color, I'm going to be adding some tick marks around the outside of the eyes. These are really, really small, about a ½ inch in width, just all the way around, kind of like if there were eyelashes or like a sun, all the way around the eye. Next, with a clean pointy brush, I'm going to be getting into some black paint, and we're going to be adding some other fun details. Now on the chest, we're going to draw some wiggle lines across, starting about a couple inches down past the beak. Each time I do these wiggle lines, they get more wiggly as I work my way down the chest. I'm also going to use this black paint to outline the edge of the beak, as well as the entire white area on my owl. Then we're going to be moving into the eyes. So first thing I'm going to do is trace the outside of the yellow circle inside of that sort of tan circle. Add a small circle in the middle of that. Add this little pupil here. And then we're going to be adding some little eyelashes on the bottom right of the owl's eye. Then we're going to trace a black line around the tan part of the eye. Then we're going to be adding little tiny black tick marks along the sides of the yellow tick marks that we have. I'm going to be painting these starting at the top. It's going to be on the right side of every single one of them, and you'll want to make sure it's on the same side for every single one of the yellow tick marks. Last part of the eye is to draw a ring around those tick marks. This is going to cover a large portion of the face. As we know, owls have very big eyes. Now I'm just going to repeat those steps on the other eye. Next, I'm going to get a clean pointy brush, and I'm going to be going into some white paint to add some highlights to the feathers on my owl. Little tiny dots or tick marks in the center of each of those yellow tick marks. Now we're going to add some highlights to our eyes. So I'm going to take a little bit of white in the top right hand corner of the pupil in the center of the eye. We're just going to put a dot there, add a little shimmer, a little shine. Then we're going to take some of the white and add just a couple little white lines in the tan section of the eye. Then we're also going to be adding some lines of white along the outside edge of our owl so it really stands out bright against this darker background. And lastly, I'm going to add a few other little white lines within my owl just to make it pop. The last step in our painting are the stars. So we are going to be taking our handle of our brush, not the brush, but the handle in our light yellow. Simply dot it in the paint and dot wherever you want your stars to be. Now once you're done with your painting, don't forget to sign it. You want to make sure that you claim your artwork as your own. You never know if it'll sell for $1 million later on in your lifetime. You just never know. We'd also love to see what you're painting at home. Feel free to post on social media and tag us at muse_paintbar so we can check them out. And if you want to see more from our channel, make sure you like and subscribe. And with that, don't forget to always paint outside the lines.